Welcome students. Today we are going to study part 2 of Astrologer's Day. In the first part, we saw that astrologer had got settled comfortably at Town Hall Park. He was giving the advices to the people and used to impress the people and earning his money. In the evening, the groundnut vendor blew out his flare, which was a signal to this astrologer to wind up. So he picked up his cowrie shares, paraphernalia, and packed his bag. Suddenly he noticed a man standing in front of him. So the astrologer said, "You look worried, sir. Come on, sit and chat with me." So the man showed his palm quickly and started speaking. "You call yourself astrologer?" Thereupon this astrologer confidently repeated his typical statements with which he used to win the hearts of people. "You are not getting the fullest result of your efforts." This was his typical statement he was using in front of every client. One more statement is that most of your troubles are due to your nature. These were the typical statements he was using for every client. Like this, he used to manipulate his clients with diplomacy and earn money. Because his luck was with him, no one had ever suspected, never expressed their doubts even. Thus, without any knowledge of astrology actually, he had confidently said himself. But this time, the things were different. This man was like a challenge for the astrologer. Because as he began his typical statements, the man stopped him. "Stop," he said, "and tell me something worthwhile." The astrologer spoke about his charges. The man quickly threw the coin and said, "I have some questions and I have the condition. If your answers fail to convince me, you have to return my coins with interest." "You have to return my coins with interest." The astrologer wisely asked, "Will you give me 5 rupees if my answers prove to be correct?" "No," said the man. 8 anna, 50 paise. "And you will give me twice if you are wrong." The pact was accepted by the astrologer. Looking up at the heaven, he started praying before he spoke anything. And suddenly, someone lit the cheroot, that is, cigar. In that matchlight, the astrologer caught the glimpse of the face of a man standing in front of him. The astrologer got shocked. Perhaps he recognized the man. The fact was that his past was standing before him. Without any delay, he suddenly refused to accept the challenge of the man and tried to escape from the spot. As he became uncomfortable suddenly, "Take your Anna back," he said. "I'm not used to such challenges. It's too late. I have to leave." But holding the wrist tightly, the man stopped the astrologer. The astrologer became restless and said, "I'll see you tomorrow. It's too late. Please let me go." "No," said the man. "The challenge is challenge. You have to speak to me." Again, the astrologer repeated his typical statements out of fear. But the man shouted, "Oh, stop this. I don't want to listen all these things. Just answer me. Shall I succeed in my present search or not? Answer me and go." Gathering the courage, the astrologer started. "All right, sir. You will give me rupee if you got convinced with my answers. Otherwise, I won't open my mouth. Do what you want." After bargaining for a long time, finally both of them agreed. The man agreed, accepted the deal, and the astrologer started speaking. "You were left for dead. You were pushed into the well in the field, and a passerby peeped into the well, and fortunately you were saved. Otherwise, death was sure to you." Oh my God, the man got shocked. Every word of astrologer was just correct. "When shall I get him?" he further asked. "In the next world, because he is no more," said the astrologer. "He died 4 months ago. He made a fatal accident. You are Guru Nayak. I know you. Now listen to me carefully, Guru Nayak. Take the next train and move. I can see the great danger to your life if you go from home. So do not leave your home again. Rub the sacred ash on your forehead and go. Never travel southwards again. The man agreed, and he was pleased to know that the man who had pushed him into the well was no more. The astrologer left the place, and the man gave him a handful of coins. When he came home in the evening, his wife was very happy to see his day's earning. But she noticed the restlessness on his face. After dinner, sitting on the string cart, he spoke. A great load is gone from me today. I thought I had the blood of a man on my hands all these years. And that was the reason why I had ran away from my home. Now, friends, what was the reason of his restlessness? Let me tell you. In his village, when he was a silly youngster, he had done a major mistake. He had drunk and quarreled with a man. In a fit of anger, he had thrown a man into the well. So he was afraid of his past. And now, when he saw the man whom he had tried to push into the well was alive, he was relieved. He gave a sigh of relief, and that night he could sleep comfortably after a long time. Here ends part 2. Thank you.